Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of General Geekery. I am Brian, and with me, as always, is JD.
Hello.
And today it's toy news. There's been a few things showing up on the internet, few pre-orders, and then a big announcement from Hasbro this morning. I was going to touch really quickly on the fact that even though it's not really either of our things, that the figures for the Masters of the Universe movie are starting to get they're not the pre-orders aren't up, but the figures are starting to get displayed. I saw a really cool video yesterday with Idris Elba opening his Man-at-Arms figure, which looked like he was having a good time with that. So I always appreciate when the actors get to see the toys that they the toys that represent themselves and have a good time with that.
Now, I wonder if he ever saw the 4-inch scale Heimdall figure that they made for Thor 2. I
I
mean, it
kind of
wasn't a
doubt it.
great figure. I mean, didn't really look like him. The helmet wasn't removable, but it
I kind of
that
doubt that because very few people saw that figure. That
that's true.
that got a very limited release, mostly overseas. I was able to get one through Marcus, I think is how I got mine.
I think
And I think
I
they
must
did,
have got mine through him too because I had one of those.
I still have mine, but I think they hit Ross at some point in time as well, but they did not see a wide release.
Um, and he's never and Heimdall nor the Warriors 3 have ever gotten the Marvel Legends treatment. So
Well,
I
it's
just I find it a little bit funny and a little bit sad that that all these years later we still uh Heimdall now has Heimdall now has Masters of the Universe figure, but not a Marvel figure. Um
yeah, that's
and
a good point.
and in that trailer, he looks great as Man at Arms. In fact, that whole trailer looks great.
It
I
does.
admit, I was a little bit shocked at just how good that movie actually looks.
We are going to go see it. I was not optimistic. I remember the absolute train wreck that was the Dolph Lundgren Masters of the Universe movie. I don't think I actually ever finished watching that movie. I think I
Um,
watching that when I was a kid. And this, like I said, I'm not the biggest Masters of the Universe fan. As I say that, I'm working on a level 7 custom uh Skeletor figure. Uh,
well,
but
I love Masters of the Universe, and I always have. But this live action Masters of the Universe movie has been in what they call development hell in Hollywood for on and off for at least 15 years now. I read over the years, I've read many casting announcements for who's going to play He-Man. Many directors were on board to direct it. Uh, a lot of known script writers were working on it. So it was in the there's been various iterations of a Masters of the Universe movie for probably 2 decades now. And when this
yeah,
one was finally announced last year, I was just like, you know what? Honestly, I'll believe it when there's a trailer. And then there were set pictures of Nicholas Gazeltine as Adam last year, and I was like, oh shit, well, this movie might actually happen. They're shooting it. And then when I saw that trailer full of Easter eggs, I'm like, oh fuck, they actually did it.
yeah.
Um, this actually happened. And confession, I've never seen the Dolph Lundgren movie. It when I was a kid, when it came out in the theaters, I wasn't on the Masters of the Universe train anymore, and I'm not even sure I ever knew about it. And once I learned about it, I just it looked like such a mess. It looked like such a
It was a mess.
it was He-Man in name only that I just kind of like Dolph Lundgren's Punisher, I
I was
guess.
just gonna say that. I was just gonna say the Dolph Lundgren He-Man movie is the equivalent of the Dolph Lundgren Punisher movie. It shares a
There's a
name.
theme going there.
Yeah, it shares a name. That's about it. There might be some thematic qualities that are similar to the original characters, but beyond that, nothing else is original.
um, yeah, this had multiple Easter eggs. Just well, I watched the reaction video by Pixel Dan, who's a world he's a he's a worldwide known Master of the Universe enthusiast, and he pointed out Easter eggs that I hadn't even caught.
Oh, wow.
But I really Castle Grayskull, from what little we saw, looked good. We did see the head of Snake Mountain. They really, I think they had some He-Man nerds working on this movie.
It
So
looked good. Emily saw it. She's like, that doesn't look horrible. So yeah, I think we're gonna go see it. The other toy announcements, before we get to the G.I. Joe stuff, I wanted to announce were, of course, Monster Force figures, my favorite line. They're not particularly exciting. It's the Dark Directives subset. So there's three figures in this. Um, I say it's not exciting, but if you missed the translucent Forgotten King, this is going to be your chance to get it.
they
Because
re-releasing that?
they're re-releasing it in a boxed set, and it looks
Ah,
like it's got some accessories that didn't come with the original one. So
okay.
uh,
You're gonna end up with the second one.
I'm going to end up with the third one because
Oh, that's right. You
uh,
had one that got lost in the mail, right?
yeah.
Oh,
So
that's right. So
I actually have two of those already. Uh, the other one is going to be, it looks like a re-release of a figure that hasn't even come out yet, and it's the translucent red skeleton. And they're calling it Bloodsworn of Dracula. Uh, it looks really cool. I mean, it honestly, it has a very Ray Harryhausen, um, um, oh fuck, I can't th Clash of the Titans vibe.
ah, well, you know what? You can't go wrong with toys that look like they were inspired by Ray Harryhausen's movie work.
That's kind of where I'm at on that. I mean, it's
Yeah, I
definitely
get it totally.
I'm picking it up just because of it's an army builder, it'll look cool on the shelf, and I'm trying to support the line. And this is my definitely my new favorite line, so I am gonna pick that one up. The third figure is just a straight Ray paint. It's Major Striker, um, and it's basically the uh, army suit, but in blue. So Air Force, maybe.
Yeah, yeah,
I think the dress blues for Air Force are blue. Um, so
yeah. I'm pretty sure.
uh, definitely a worthy army builder and definitely a worthy custom fodder figure. If I was a 6-inch customizer or dio builder or dio photographer, I would buy the shit out of that figure because it is fantastically sculpted and it is so fucking versatile.
Yeah, that figure looks great in blue. I mean, it looked dynamite in the green, in the dress greens for the army. It looks just as cool for the Air Force, and you know, they that's now filled a niche that I didn't even realize needed to be filled in the 6-inch line was, because we they had the first general, they had General Brown with swappable heads to make a few of the jugglers from the Joe comics, if that's what you wanted to use them as. But we never saw one in blue, so we're like, oh, we're getting the other armed services involved. That's cool.
Yeah. Um, the other, I actually have a couple more things for the, oh, Alice heard you, so she came down to see you.
Oh, hi, Alice. Hi, puppy.
A couple more things actually from the Monster Force now that I'm thinking about it. There is one other pre-order. I don't think it's necessarily for the Monster Force stuff, but it'll go well with it, and it's called the Skull Crushers. and it's an army builder. Essentially, it looks like it's a collaboration with Gridiron. So it looks like there is going to be a Commander Gridiron figure in the Monster Force line. This looks like his troop class, basically. So it's got the same helmet. It looks like there's going to be the helmet is going to come in a couple of different colors, and it's going to be a kind of a blind bag on which colored helmet you get. Um, which I'm not going to bother getting all the helmet variants. I don't really care that much. I am picking up a couple of them because they do look like awesome figures. They have shown renders for two of the figures from season three, part two. One is the Red Riding Hood, which looks amazing, and the other one is the Battle Nun, which also looks amazing. Of course, I'm a huge.
Oh, I think I saw those. I think I saw those. They were black and white renders, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, those are cool. I
Yeah,
didn't know. I wasn't sure who they were supposed to be, but the Battle Nun concept is one that fascinates me, and I might need to get that one.
it looks really fucking awesome. I have to admit, I'm of course a big fan of female action figures and female custom action figures. So I will definitely be picking up one each of those. Uh, and they have announced the 2026 convention exclusive figure, which is a Demi-Warg Infiltrator. So it's basically it looks kind of like the oh, what figure is that? It's werewolf parts basically on the one of the vampire figures. So
That's the one. I think I texted you and I said, "Oh, I think I need this one."
yeah, I think
Yeah, the
that's
werewolf head sculpt looks really cool on
it
that.
does. Yeah. So the convention exclusive figures haven't been that hard to get because they do drop them at Big Bad Toy Store after each convention. So I don't, as much as I'm kind of burned out on exclusive figures, these haven't been particularly difficult to get a hold of if you have the time to sit down and get them when they drop. Of course, they're always available through eBay. But I don't know. it looks really cool. I'm gonna pick one up one way or the other. And then I think that was pretty much the stuff for Monster Force. Oh, and they're doing a Blackwatch Shadow Wraith as an exclusive figure too, for the Zolicon
And
convention.
that's the one I don't think I've seen. Can you describe that one?
So the Blackwatch were the guys in the suits with the
Ah,
with the interchangeable heads. Um,
they were like goblins or something,
yeah,
right?
that's
Yeah.
a good description of it. This one, it looks like he's got a trench coat. Uh, of course,
Oh,
the
I haven't seen that then. Okay.
yeah, it looks pretty cool. I am definitely going to pick one of those up. Um, and let's see here. I think that's about all the stuff that I had for Monster Force stuff. It looks to be shaping up to be an interesting year for Monster Force. The the Crimson Moon stuff should be hitting anytime soon, I think. So, because it was theoretically supposed to hit at the end of last year, and I think they didn't want it hitting too close to the big release that they had.
I was gonna say, didn't they released like two waves at one time and like
Yeah. So
I
I think it would have not been a good idea for them to release three waves in such
yeah. I
succession.
saw a lot of complaints about the two wave drop all of a sudden. People are like, wow, my bank account really hates me right now. So
Yeah.
yeah, they probably did well to space that out a little bit.
And I think I had seen something where they had said um, that they had seen people complain about having those waves drop so closely together and so many figures in the waves, and um, they were going to take that into consideration and time their wave releases a little bit better for everybody.
I I do like when companies take feedback like that.
I do too. because I bought one of everything and it fucking wiped me out. And the wife was
Yeah,
mad. If it hadn't been so close to Christmas, I probably would have been in a lot of trouble. So,
I can imagine.
um, still haven't seen pre-orders for the second wave of mask stuff from loyal subjects. I have seen that the Black and Gold 40th anniversary stuff is dropping in. I want to say it was Philippines or that general area. Those places usually get toys first. Um, so if you have pre-ordered that stuff, it might be right around the corner. That being said, I have seen people complaining that they still have not gotten their regular editions yet.
Oh shit! Wow.
So it doesn't sound like Loyal Subjects is handling this any better than I've seen complaints about them for.
Ah,
So yeah, well, well, I think a mask line was way overdue. Um, and it's nice to have mask toys again. Uh, Maybe Loyal Subjects wasn't the one that everybody was hoping for to do this properly, but without backing from a major toy company like Hasbro or Mattel, I don't think this was ever going to happen. It had to be through
no, I don't think so either.
it had to be through
Uh,
a third party or it was going to be never, I think, which is just sad because like I said, if they make all of the original vehicles, I will buy them. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm still waiting for the pre-orders for the Wave 2 that was announced, and I'm really surprised we have not at least seen pre-orders yet. And then whoops, hang on a sec. Sorry. Um, the announcements that everybody tuned in to see, there was a huge drop. Well,
yeah.
announcement
When
for this
when
morning.
you texted me this morning, I was waking up from a nap, and the text said, "Have you seen the classified announcement?" I'm like, "No." And so you sent me a link, and in the link was airtight. I'm like, "Oh, there he is." Which it was right on the heels of us discussing classified because you got the DTC club exclusive airtight
I did,
from
yeah.
like 2006, and then it got me wondering. And then you had parts, and you were working on a there were custom weapons for airtight that you were going to do, and then it got me wondering who else from '85 was missing besides airtight, and I think we only came up with a
There were
couple. Then they were vehicle drivers, but
yeah, both
they
vehicle drivers.
so yeah, in this thumbnail there was airtight. I'm like, oh, there he is. He hadn't even been name only announced. And here we go. We see a render of him, and then I clicked on the thing, and I'm like, oh shit! I was inundated with classified reveals. I'm like, oh my god! So we're gonna go through these figure by figures because I keep I kept scrolling through, kept clicking on them, and I'm like, oh shit, Brian, you gotta talk about these. This is some awesome shit.
So yeah, the first one they mentioned and have shown is Airtight. Um, Airtight was kind of like the one of my oddball favorites as a kid. It was definitely one of the first forays into the goofier colors, but I absolutely loved his characterization in the comic books. Um, he's that Airtight, he's a PNG, yeah, but he's our PNG. So from the
Wait, PNG. Hang on.
Infomech Geek,
Ah, okay.
and
Um,
what Crankcase and Bazooka call him in the comic books. He's like
okay.
he's a PNG, but he's our PNG. So and he was really kind of like odd but creepy in a cool way in the comic book. So definitely happy to see Airtight. And yeah, I just picked up the DTC Airtight figure, which has been on my want list for ever since I couldn't get it when they didn't release it. Um,
Um,
but
they
Doesn't really.
Airtight is one that I would have bought that DTC figure had it been released. The club is the only thing that saved that last line of DTC figures from coming out. And even then, they were hard to get. And I remember saying, well, damn it, it sucks that I remember a lot of people saying, "Oh, I wish he had a removable helmet." That helmet would have been ridiculous if it had been removable.
Yeah.
And they weren't doing swappable heads at the time, so no, that wasn't going to be an option. Airtight, we he he had a face in the cartoon, which personally, I'm hoping that this new one, I have no doubts that the helmet will be removable. Of
I'm
course,
not,
it will.
I don't know because the renders usually show stuff like that, and it does
Well,
look that way. But I guess we'll see. I would not be surprised either way, quite honestly.
I mean, I really hope that he's at least got a swappable head, even if he doesn't look like he did in the Sunbow cartoon, which I think he had a distinctive look. Then, I mean, I'm trying to remember what the other renders looked like because, like, if he's got if he's got a removable head or swappable, then I want to see what the unmasked look because, like, they did really well with wetsuit, they did really well with sci-fi. I really would like to see what they would do with airtight, but now I'm trying to remember if the other renders always have the alternate head sculpts or not.
The Hydro Viper sure did. So,
Yeah,
and usually the renders show all of the stuff that they come with, and this did not. It showed
yeah, that's
on his head. So, I am just going to say that I don't think it comes with one. I could be proven wrong. We shall see. I will be picking this one up. Like
I will be picking this one up.
uh,
Um,
I just picked up the 50th anniversary or the Pursuit of Cobra airtight because I used mine in a custom and so I got another one and I used that in a custom so I got another one so I used that in a custom.
oh,
So
that's right. That's right. There was an airtight in the 30th, and he did have a room. He did have a removable
uh,
helmet, but he had the he had the yellow hood
yep.
over the, so he didn't have his hair. But that's right. I forgot. We did at least see his face in the toy line there.
That particular figure was an awesome figure. So I
You know
find
what? If this figure doesn't have a removable head, but the 30th anniversary 4-inch one did, if that will lead to a lot of complaints, and I will understand those complaints.
it will
Uh,
lead to a lot of complaints, but it will also lead to a lot of customizing because somebody's going to upscale the that 30th anniversary head and a removable helmet, and everybody will buy that. The next one on the list is
Hydro Viper.
Hydro Viper, which I think
Holy fuck.
it looks fucking amazing. I'm still a little surprised that they're going with the Hydro Viper before some of the other specialty Vipers, but being the biggest fan of specialty Vipers ever, I don't care. I will buy a couple of these, one to keep in the box, and I don't do that very much anymore. I don't keep stuff in the box anymore, but specialty Vipers, yeah, I'm gonna buy one to keep in the box, and then definitely one to open. I mean, this is a straight homage to the vintage one. It has the webbed hands, uh, the kind of lightning bolt knife, the like shitty gun, the like organic looking flippers, the manta ray, the helmet looks awesome, the backpack looks great, the sculpt looks fantastic.
This,
There is nothing about this figure that looks bad in any way, shape, or form.
no, in fact, I think this might be a case of they used the card art for the Hydro Viper and did this figure based off that because the original Hydro Viper figure, I loved that figure. But if you look at but it was missing a lot of colors and it didn't quite achieve the scariness that the card art did.
Yeah.
This one does. The
Yes.
eyes are creepy.
Yep.
Uh, the helmet is straight off the card art, It's dark red, and it is, well, it's disturbing looking. They call them they call them on their file card the demon of the deep,
Yep.
and this captures that perfectly. Um, and they got the texture on the. I remember I suggested. I remember we were going through your list, the list of specialty vipers that you might make a female custom of. I'm like, what about the Hydra Viper? You said too much sculpting because of all the textures
Yes.
on the suit. And well, on the classified version, they have all of those textures,
Yeah.
and it. I'm like, well, yep, this is what you mean when you say too much sculpting for a 4-inch female version.
Yeah, I've never even made a 4-inch version, male version. I've made customs of just about every specialty Viper that there is, either male or female. And this
Oh,
is
that's true. In fact,
I
I think
have
you said the same thing
yeah,
about, yeah,
I have a kit from Carnage Customs on eBay for it, and I've never touched it because I'm not going to do the sculpting on the chest, and it's so male or female. I've never made a Hydro Viper custom, um, but I'm looking forward to getting this one.
this looks awesome. Like I'm looking at it, and you know, they took all the details of the original and they replicated them. And the flippers, I should point out, wetsuit had the wetsuit's flippers were uneven. They had the 3 points, but one of them was a little longer. So like the middle toe of the flipper was longer. And there was a lot of speculation that, oh, the Hydra Viper will reuse those flippers. They did not. These are completely
Hang on a
unique.
sec. Hang on.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Uh,
I had to go move my laundry there. All right. So yeah. Oh, let me turn my airbrush off too.
yeah. So, the speculation that wetsuit slippers would be reused with the Hydro Viper.
Yes.
Nope.
Nope.
These slippers are unique. They have the dragon scales, the fish scales. Um, I mean, they look like dragon feet. They're like they've got really long toes and then the webbing, but yet these are not reused. Like everything on this figure is brand new, and holy shit, did they just nope, I take that back. I think the legs might be reused from Torpedo, but the feet aren't. Like the ankles and the feet, those are unique. So wow, they really just they did everything with the Hydro Viper that I was hoping that they would do, and they made it scary.
Yep.
So fuck yeah,
Uh,
that's a
thing
definite.
that the one thing that I like, it looks like there's a holster for the pistol, and it looks like there's a sheath for the knife. So
That's true.
he will finally be able to hold all of his gear, which is one of the things that I don't like about the vintage one. So I am excited for that. Next on the list is a surprise that I don't think anybody saw coming, and that's Overkill.
And holy shit, does he look cool?
He does.
He's bigger and beefier as in robot parts than the vintage figure. He's in the same color scheme. He's got the neon green robot torso, which and you can see that he's got hinges on part of it, so it opens up
I
to
was
drop
just
the
gonna say
Gatling.
it looks like
The
the chest is seamed, so I think that the chest opens up, which is
Yeah,
going to be
they really,
awesome.
yeah, you can see the hinges, you can see the seam, and it looks like, yeah, it'll have the double barreled Gatling guns that'll come out, and the feet, they look like robot feet, like Terminator feet. You can see all the mechanical toes. There's he just man, this is a wicked looking figure.
It is.
Um,
I will be picking this one up for sure. I am really impressed. I think wasn't this one that we had said on the show that we were curious to see if they were going to touch?
yeah.
Didn't this
Um,
one of our lists?
yeah. I said that I wanted to see the Joe versus Cobra one. They're the Spy Troops one, but I just I guess I didn't I guess I didn't really expect that we would get an overkill at all, really. I mean, I
No,
shouldn't be surprised because the sheer number of battle android troopers that have been in the classified line, but Overkill, the battle android trooper commander, never did look like the rest of his troops. And
and that
while it maintains that theme, this dude looks like he could scrap bat commander or not. If people army build these just to have really fucking imposing robots, that would be okay. Like, or that would be understandable because like this figure, it's a hulking, imposing looking
I just
robot.
figured that we wouldn't see it because the the original, well, any of the versions of Overkill never used any reused bats parts, and that they would have to tool a whole new figure for that particular character, and I just didn't see that happening. But here it is. So,
They did it.
right.
And I like that he's got the laser gun attachment for the arm. Although it looks like it'll fit over the arm instead of replacing the hand. And then he's got a claw and like an energy sword,
Yeah.
like a mechanical energy sword that will replace the hand. And like the claw has gold paint on it, and it looks perfect for picking up a Joe and choking him.
Yeah.
Um,
It looks fantastic. I'm really impressed with that. I really am looking forward to seeing a physical render of that to see how
yeah,
the chest works. Uh,
yeah, because this post does say that for Toy Fair that we'll see more. So I'm gonna guess that they'll have the full production figures there, and I can't wait to see more pictures of Overkill.
Next is a silhouette render. I'm gonna say that's Wild Bill.
I'm gonna say it's not. For the only reason I say that is because if it was just a Wild Bill, I don't think there'd be a big mystery about it. He looks like he's got a cape of some sort or a cover of like I don't know. He's got the revolvers like Wild Bill would, and we have seen uh the Full Force posted pictures from someplace of a Wild Bill figure that looks more retro than the one that came with the Dragonfly, but I don't think this is that. I think this is a different character, like another Western themed character, perhaps, but I don't think there'd be a mystery silhouette here if it was just Wild Bill. I
I
could be wrong, and it could just be a Wild Bill, but I don't know.
I
I'm
think
curious
we'll
about
see.
this.
What I wish it was the ghoul from the Fallout TV series.
Like like a Joe version?
Yes.
That would be interesting. I hadn't considered that.
It's not, I'm sure, because they don't have the license for it, but
No, but they could do an undead cowboy without it being that, but
I think it would be pushing copyright infringements and they get
perhaps.
what.
Yeah, the arms don't look like the arms are definitely not Wild Bill. I'm curious about this. Uh there's there are other characters in the Joe mythos that have worn cowboy hats, but I mean like Wong from the October Guard in the Sunbow cartoon, he had a cowboy hat, but I'm willing to bet that when not now I'm no longer saying if we see the October Guard, when we see the October Guard, it'll be more the comic book, the classic ones.
Yeah,
I'm not really sure that Wong's going to make that list anytime soon.
I don't think
Certainly not as the first one. So I don't know. This could be interesting.
I think it's Wild Bill. It's a blue background, which means it's a Joe. It's Wild Bill.
All right. Yeah, that's probably true.
Uh, he's,
Still,
he's
seems
got
like,
he's got two holsters on his hips. He's got two revolvers. It's Wild Bill.
oh, maybe it's a Battle Core version. in the
That
like
is
the
one of the speculations is that I've seen is that it's a Battle Core version.
that would be awesome. I never would have expected to see that in the classified line, but I would not argue. I
Yeah,
love that version of Wild Bill.
I'm not going to say which version it is, but I'm saying that it's Wild Bill until proven otherwise. We shall see. I will be curious when they reveal to see how close we were.
I was
Uh,
going to say a couple of weeks, we'll know for sure.
yeah. Next on the list is a two pack. So it's Red Dog and Taurus. This really comes as no surprise to anybody, I would
No,
think.
but it does come as well. It's about fucking time.
Yeah, fair enough. I've seen
Um,
complaints saying that they don't think that the figures are Taurus is beefy enough. He does look a little, now that I've seen those complaints, he does look a little scrawny.
maybe I don't. I'm impressed by the beard. They finally got the beard off his card art correct,
Uh,
where the bottom of the beard stretches out and curls up, and it matches the handlebar, and it matches
ah,
the curly mustache that he has.
oh, yeah, okay.
That is straight off the 1987 card art, and the original figure couldn't capture it. The shitty bull Taurus figure from the Big Bad Toy Store 7 pack didn't even attempt it. He just
No.
had an Abraham Lincoln beard. So yeah, this, and in the write up, it even says, uh, and yes, that beard goes hard. Um, I mean, we had these Sergeant Slaughter and Mercer 2 pack, so of course these guys were coming.
Yeah.
I'm annoyed that I'm a little bit annoyed that they're not being released closer to those, but I'm
Yeah.
happy about this. I've never had any qualms about admitting that I adore GI Joe the movie from '87, and the Renegades are three of the reasons why.
Yeah.
I love those characters.
I
I've been waiting a long time for classified versions, and I am not disappointed. These look amazing.
I'm not as enamored with it as you are. I still would like to have the Mercer figure, but I'm not buying it. I'm not buying a two pack because I have zero use for the Sergeant that version of Sergeant Slaughter. Um, but yeah, I think the figures look pretty good. The accessories look fantastic. Um, I think it's
Oh shit. Yeah, he's got like Islander Salmoan like a weapon, like a spiked mace or
yeah,
something. Shit. They knocked it out of the park on these. I don't see any reason. I don't see anything to complain about. They gave the scimitar from the movie to Torres, and they gave him an axe with a really elaborate blade on it.
yeah,
And holy shit! And Red Dog has the football and the kickstand for the football,
yes.
and got an alternate hand that'll let him hold the football. And so, yeah, I see nothing to complain about here. These guys look spectacular, and now I'll finally get the Mercer and Sergeant Slaughter set because I refused to buy it until these guys were at least shown. And now that they were, I'm probably going to procrastinate on buying it, but now I definitely will because I don't want to have a long wait period between these guys and Mercer.
Yeah. I will probably pick up a loose Mercer at some point in time, but not in any hurry. The next render is uh Zartan's daughter, Zanya, with a swamp skier, which I thought was an interesting choice.
That is badass. I wanted a swamp skier in this line because it's a classic. It goes with Zartan in the original line, and the swamp skier showed up multiple times in the Sunbow cartoon with Zartan and all the Dreadnoks having their own swamp skiers. I wanted the swamp skier, but what I didn't want was another version one Zartan. Look, Zartan is my favorite villain of all time, and but they've done three different versions of Zartan in three different paint schemes. One had the color change in skin.
Yeah.
but they have done as much with Zartan version 1 as they possibly could. And I did not want to see a swamp skier if it meant another version 1 style Zartan to come out with it. So this is better. It gets Zanya out there finally,
Yep.
and it and we get the swamp skier. So it's not so it's like two releases in one, and
Really?
that's really fucking cool. And she comes with an alternate head that's like a hockey mask. You know what? You know the Dreadnought Chaos Troopers that they came
Yeah.
out with for the figure subscription service. A couple weeks ago, I sent you that picture. I'm like, dude, I would not argue if we got this in classified,
Yeah.
or we could get a Zanya figure with an alternate head that looks like that hockey mask. And I'm not complaining. That looks badass. She's
Yeah.
got a couple different pairs of goggles.
Yep.
Oh, that's interesting. She's got like a tanker's hat that looks like it could be reused with other characters that they could release, perhaps of Russian descent.
Uh, I was just
That's interesting. Uh, the silver details painted on the swamp skier, that's a nice addition. And she is an all new sculpt, except she may she may share abs with her aunt Zorana, but the rest of that is all new. So well done. She looked
I,
badass.
I absolutely am excited for this one for all the same reasons that yes, I like the Zanya figure. I'm pretty sure I still have Zanya in my collection. Um, and I have also wanted a Swamp Skier for my version 1 Zartan, but did not want to buy another version 1 Zartan.
There
Uh,
you go.
so I will be more than happy to pick up this set for Zanya as the figure in and of herself, but also for the Swamp Skier for my Zartan. So
Yeah, fuck yeah. This
uh, next on the list is the Battle Core Zartan version 2,
Ninja Force,
Ninja Force.
sir.
Sorry.
While it was from the Battle Core years,
Yeah,
this is specifically Ninja Force.
it
The
is.
most un-ninja like ninja in the line now gets a classified version, and holy fuck, I am so happy about this.
It looks it is a very nice homage to the original. I have zero use for this.
All right, so his machete, his machete has. I'm zoomed in on this picture. Well, he's got two swords, unmatching swords. He's got scabbards in his dual scabbard on his back for the swords, but they're both elaborate. One of them above the hilt of the sword, uh, at the bottom of the blade, is these elaborate like filigree patterns. You know what? That looks like an update to the machete that came with Spearhead in 1988.
Yeah.
I think I think there's a clue about another later release in this line because that machete was reused multiple times in the Battle Core years.
Yeah.
So it's been available in all those different color schemes, uh, aside of aside of just the Night Force and the original Spearhead coming with it. So I think so. It looks awesome as a ninja weapon. I
Spear
always thought it was a um I always thought it was supposed to be tribal of some kind, but yeah, this is another use of it. I like it.
Spearhead
Um,
definitely Spearhead is definitely a glaring like missing figure from the classified line.
yeah, I agree. Spearhead, repeater, hardball from
Yeah.
'88, especially now that we've got Budo and Shockwave. Yeah, we need Spearhead. This Zartan is holy shit.
Yeah,
The sleeveless leather jacket.
I think it
She's
looks
got the
fantastic. I never liked that particular version of Zartan. Uh I had like I said, I think it looks great. I have zero use for it.
I I need it. I need it now. Um, Holy shit. The stud bracelet, the man, he's got the demon skull on the belt buckle, just like the first classified Zartan. I just man, this is beautiful. And he's got the horizontal knife sheaths on the leg, as the original did. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that they maintained that for this. Fuck, this is cool. I need it.
And I think that was all of the reveals for today.
That was that was a lot, especially to
It
get
was.
dropped on the Sunday. What is this? Is this February 1st? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can't believe it's February 2026 already. But that was a lot for a Sunday morning. That was they
It's,
just
since a significant number of these have not been name announced previously. Because I do not recall them announcing Airtight, Zanya, Ninja Force, Zartan. I mean, I don't think I recall them announcing Taurus or Red Dog, although you knew that they were coming.
Zanya and Zartan were name only announced at one point very late in 2025. I don't remember how or why they were name announced, but they were.
Okay.
The Overkill wasn't though,
No.
and Airtight weren't. So those were Sunday morning surprises, like out of the Wild Blue yonder. I just they really they're these figures are firing on all cylinders. This might be, I don't know if it's one wave or two waves or how many different releases this is, but uh aside of maybe the silhouette guy, depending on what it is, I
It's
need
more.
all the rest of these. I need all the rest of these. These are all things that like I would have bought anyways, but they look amazing.
I will definitely be picking up the Hydro Viper, Airtight, Overkill, and Zanya for sure. Uh,
Shit.
and depending on what the secret render is, which I am just sure it's Wild Bill, but we'll see.
If
But
it is a wild bill, I will buy that because I do want a wild bill, but I didn't want a dragonfly and I didn't need a version 1 wild bill enough to buy him separately off eBay from the dragonfly.
yeah,
The retro looking one that was pictured at the full force on the full force last week, it's just version 1 again, but he's got the green gloves and the long sleeves just like the version 1 figure did. The dragonfly that came with Wild Bill had had uh, brown pilot's gloves on with cuffs on it. So it's not an entire, it's not just a re-release of the Dragonfly version, which I might buy. But if this is something a different version of Wild Bill too, then I'll be happy just for variety's sake.
and
But
I was gonna see. I'm not sure when Toy Fair is this year,
I don't
but
know either. And the post doesn't say it. It says pre-order and more intel drops during this year's New York Toy Fair, but it doesn't have a date for the Toy Fair, so that's kind of weird. Here, I'll look it
I'm
up.
gonna look it up real quick because I'm sure they've got it.
Yeah. Uh,
New York 2026 New York Toy Fair is February 14th through the 17th. So it's coming up
ah,
2 weeks.
okay. So, all right. So in 2 weeks, we'll get to see more with these figures. Yeah, I'm willing to bet Airtight at least has a removable helmet.
Ah, I don't know. Because
Because the eyes are fully painted behind the helmet, which
doesn't mean shit.
yeah, I suppose that's true. Um,
I
which
think they have shown anything that had a removable helmet, they've shown the helmet off the figure. and they've shown the interchangeable heads. Like mainframe, it showed the render showed two different head sculpts. Wetsuit had its helmet off in the render. The Hydro Viper has its helmet off. I am not holding out a lot of hope that this has a removable helmet. I would be really surprised if it doesn't in this day and age because the the last version of him that came out had a removable helmet.
Ah, yeah, I just found the render for wetsuit. Then you're right. It's the unmasked head with the helmet and the backpack over here in the render. Damn it.
So I'm guessing that it does not, which like I
Oh,
said, I think that's a huge surprise to me because it would not have been that difficult to do, but I don't
it's gonna be another case of airtight still stuck in his helmet,
yeah,
just like barbecue is, just like in the vintage line, because both neither classified release of barbecue had the removable or swappable head either. So
no.
all right, so yeah, airtight helmet again.
Uh, I'm hoping they prove me wrong because I would like to see it removable, but just based off of history, I'm going to say that it does not come with a
Yeah,
removable.
you're right. I hadn't considered the history of it, but yeah, I have a bad feeling you're right. I mean, I'll make mine. I'll customize mine so he does have the unmasked head. Um, but like I don't need the removable helmet just as long as we get the swap. But if we don't, all right, fine. I'll find a head for him. I'll customize one. But yeah, you're right. It's not encouraging.
No.
But otherwise, that airtight looks flawless. So you know what? The 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 biohazard guy, I'm okay with him being in bright ass colors. So I mean, I wore a mop suit when I was in the army in training, and that was all camouflage. And at the time, that used to make me wish that we got the camouflage version of airtight. But over the years, I'm like, no, I think he'd be boring in just camo. I Yellow is one of the few figures that clean sweep and airtight are the few yellow uh, figures from the original line that I've never had a problem with that. Yellow is my least favorite color, so it's not a color I like to see used on a lot of figures. Um,
Yeah. Nor I. And I absolutely hate painting yellow as customizing yellow and orange are my least favorite colors to use. But I sure end up using those colors a lot in customs. And
you do. Um,
yeah, I'll be interested to see with Toy Fair coming out in 2 weeks. This is just the start of toy announcements, so you can expect a lot of stuff from a lot of different companies coming up. Toy Fair is I won't it's I won't say it rivals San Diego Comic-Con for reveals, but man, it's pretty close.
I was gonna say it's it's the first huge action figure focused convention of the year, and every year we usually see a few things that just blow us out of the water. So I expect more of that this year. But it will be interesting to see what else they have up their sleeves.
Yeah. So Star Wars stuff, I assume that they will do more Masters of the Universe stuff with the movie coming up. Um
The Mandalorian and Grogu opens in theaters in
yeah,
3 months. So there will be at least 19 more Silver Mandalorians and
yeah.
at least 19 more Grogu action figures. But then outside of those two, there will probably be other characters that are released too. And we'll probably see those at Toy Fair.
Yeah, I would assume that they will not miss that opportunity with the movie coming up. I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen more stuff from the movie.
Me too. Honestly, I think you're right. How have we not seen anything leaked from it at all?
I don't know.
I haven't seen any behind the scenes like leaked pictures. I haven't seen anything. So no merchandise leaked. No nothing that they didn't that they haven't officially released. So Toy Fair will start to see some stuff rolled out, marketing stuff anyway. So
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm excited.
So yeah, stay tuned for future episodes because like San Diego Comic-Con Toy Fair is definitely one of the things that we end up doing either a really big long episode right after or during Toy Fair, or we end up doing multiple episodes because there's so much stuff. So we will be covering Toy Fair in some capacity as we normally do, by just looking at all the stuff that you see and commenting on it and giving our opinions and deciding what purchases we will be making this year. So I think that's about all for this particular episode.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
Um,
as always, please do that fun social media stuff, like, share, subscribe, comment below. Let us know what you saw from today's reveals that you really like and who you think the silhouette is. And as always, thanks for watching.
Thanks, everybody.